Hello children, good morning to you all. We have already completed our lesson on weather versus climate. You came to know everything about the lesson, how the weather keeps on changing, how it affects our climate and our life. Everything you know. Based on the climatic conditions, our food changes, clothing changes, housing changes, everything. Understand? According to the suitability of climate only, we have our food. For example, uh, what we grow based on the climate, that will be our staple food. Being in Telangana and Andhra Pradesh, rice is grown in more quantity, so rice is our staple food. If you go to North India like Uttar Pradesh, what to say, Punjab, Haryana, wheat is Maharashtra, Karnataka, wheat and jowar, millets are grown more. So wheat is the staple food over there. Understand? And housing also. Kashmir, if you see, they have slopy roofs. Reason for that was snowfall. If snow falls on the roof, it can slide down very easily if the roof is slopy. Like that, depending on the climatic condition, our lifestyle changes from place to place. All these things together, we had a lesson. Okay? Now we are going to next and very new interesting topic. That is, we are going to do a lesson in history about our freedom movement. Understand? First, what I can tell you, last month itself we have completed our Independence Day, and we are so happy to do this year. Unfortunately, we couldn't take part in this very important occasion. We missed our school programs, everything. But the thing is, every year we have that, right from 1947, almost 72 to 77 years, I can tell. 72. Understand? Yeah. Look here. Now 2020 is going on. 47 we got. So 73 years. Almost 73 years. Since 73 years we are celebrating our Independence Day. But why do we? Are we not independent before that? Before 73 years? Why do we celebrate now it as an Independence Day? The reason for it is, of course, we were independent, we were free. But what happened in the course, middle time, what happened? Our country was ruled by the foreigners. They took over the rule of our country and made us slaves. Why it happened, how it happened is our lesson. Our unit is all about the independence of our country. It is not an easy thing. We are enjoying. We think we are free. We can talk anything. We can do anything. We can say anything. But there are lots of pains behind our independence. That is called struggle for freedom. Understand? Why it happened is our lesson. We have 3 lessons consecutively, 15th, 16th, 17th lesson in social studies about it. We are going to do with 15th lesson now. So, many years ago, since centuries, India was very much famous for its glory, wealth, culture, understand, literature, what not, wealth in the sense all money, pearls, gold, silk, spices, etc. All over the world, India was very famous for its culture and heritage, its wealth, its education, everything. So people from all over the world were very anxious, very curious to visit India. They wanted to see the glory of our country. It was considered to be the richest country in the world, as it is America now. Okay, USA. Many such rich countries are there. More than them, our country was the richest some years ago. How it became poor, what's the reason for it, is our lesson. Okay. Then people all over the world tried to come to India. They wanted to visit India but to know about its glory. But they did not know the proper route to reach India. In the beginning, they used to come this way. Children, look here. This is Europe. From Europe, like this, Asia, what to say, Afghanistan, and all, like this, they used to reach India. There was a lot of big desert all over here. They had to cross this desert. Okay, so what happened? And moreover, they had to pay the tax for using this route. Even we are also paying toll gate, toll gate. Whenever we are going on our own vehicle or in the bus, on toll gate, they stop us and they collect the money. That is a tax we are paying for using the road. Same way, in those days, people of Afghanistan also demanded the toll, means tax for using the route of their country. But it was a very difficult route, so hot, so sandy, people couldn't walk easily. And moreover, these European people were very clever people. They always wanted to make money, make profit. They never used to lose anything from their side. So instead of having a clash with the people of Afghanistan, I mean, they can find out the route to our country, they thought. Now, why don't we find sea route to India? Many tried. Columbus from Spain. Spain is a very small country over here. From there he started, but unfortunately, instead of coming towards the east, they knew India is towards the east, but he went westwards and he discovered America, USA. Okay, then one man called Vasco da Gama from Portugal. Portuguese sailor he was. Portugal is a very small country. Here, let me show you. Here, somewhere Portugal, okay. From here, what happened? He took the permission of the ruler of Portugal. Then he started his journey towards India. Understand? So what did he do? He started from there and he came all around Africa. By the time he reached this place here, southern tip of Africa, he had some hopes. Oh, if I have sailed all the way from Europe, from Portugal till this tip, from here, if I go right side, rightwards, I could definitely, eastwards I mean, I could definitely find India. So he got that hope, positive hope about searching the route for India, sea route for India. That's why he called this place Cape of Good Hope. Cape means not cap, it is Cape. Cape means the tip of the land which is towards the ocean. Okay, so Cape of Good Hope. What good hope he had got? He had got a hope that he could go towards India, towards, if he, from here if he moves towards the eastern side, he could easily reach India. That was the hope he had got there. That's why he called this tip Cape of Good Hope. Now it is called Cape Town also at modern time. Okay, so even now it is called Cape of Good Hope only. From here, here is one small island. He came to that island which is called Madagascar Island. From here he started and he reached Kerala here. This is India map. Here is Kerala. Can you notice, children? Here it is India. So he reached India there. How? He started from Portugal in Europe. He sailed all around Africa. After coming here, he got the hope that if he moves towards the east, he could find India. So he reached Madagascar, he crossed Madagascar and reached the coast, western coast of India. And he here, this is the place called Kerala. Understand? Kochi. Now we call it Cochin. That time it was called Kochi. That time the ruler of this state was Albuquerque. For example, you are going to enter anybody's house, you need to take their permission. You just press the bell and then you enter. They open the door. Unless they say please come in, you don't go in the class. You are entering the class, you take the teacher's permission. May I come in, teacher? Like that. Okay? To use anybody's thing, you need a permission. Same way, here he came. Why he came? The Europeans came to know about the glory of our country. They came to know that India is rich in gold, spices, pearls, diamonds. They have rich culture and all this wealth they have. That's why they wanted to do trade with India. They wanted to trade with India means they wanted to do business with India. That's why he came. They came, I can say. So first person to come to India was Vasco da Gama. That he is from Portugal. That's why who were the first Europeans to reach India, come to India? It is the Portuguese. The people of Portugal are called Portuguese. The people of Portugal, they are Portuguese, were the first Europeans to reach India. And how? Through sea route. Who discovered this sea route? Vasco da Gama, the Portuguese sailor. In which year do you know? 1498, I believe. Not sure, children. 1498. In the year 1498, he reached India. Then people came to know about the sea route to India. Here sea easily available, water is freely available. They need not pay any kind of tax to anybody here. That's why they chose this route. They started moving towards India through sea. Now what they understood? They have to go all around Africa to reach India. Understand? So here first people to come to India were the Portuguese. Portuguese were the first Europeans to come to India. Which place they came? They came to Calicut. Calicut, Kozhikode we call it now. Kozhikode is the modern name for it. It was Calicut. He came to that place. And that time, who was the ruler of that area? It was Albuquerque. It was Albuquerque. And they seeked the permission from Albuquerque to trade with the people in Kerala. What is Kerala famous for even now also? For spices. So they did trade in spices. Okay. To do the trade, what do they need? Market they need. They need business centers. Like that, they established some business centers. One in Calicut, one in Machilipatnam in Andhra Pradesh, one in Puducherry or Pondicherry we call it, one in Nagapatnam. Understand? In these four places, they Nagapatnam, Machilipatnam, they are in Andhra Pradesh. Puducherry is a union territory and Calicut is in Kerala. So these four places they selected to do their business. Okay, they came. After them, so many other Europeans also followed them. They came to our country only with the intention of doing trade with the people of India. They did not have any idea to settle down in India. Then what happened? Second, they came many people like people from Holland. Now it is called Netherlands at present. Dutch people we call them. People from Spain, Spanish people came. people from French people, they came to India, and even the British. This is the Great Britain. Understand? From here, British people are also came to India. Among all, the British were the most clever people. What happened when these people came to India to trade? Nobody had any intention of settling down in India. Again and again, I am telling you. Only they wanted to do business with the people of India. Okay? Then, so they all started coming one by one, and they started to start their colonies. Colonies means their market. They called it as factories. Understand? They called their colonies trading centers, I can tell. Business centers. They called them as factories. What happened when they came that time? The situation in India was very, very panic. Very miserable condition was there. What is that miserable condition? Our country was divided into very small provinces, small states, small kingdoms. Even now also it's happening the same thing. Uttar Pradesh is divided into three parts: Uttarakhand, Uttaranchal, and Uttar Pradesh. Bihar into two: Jharkhand and Bihar. Madhya Pradesh, understand, in two parts. The Andhra Pradesh again in two parts. Like that, we are again coming to the same old problem. It happened some 500 years ago also. Okay, so that time, so many kings were ruling our country. They were ruling small parts of our country. Means our country, India, was divided into so many small provinces, we say, provinces, kingdoms. So, they were always fighting with each other with some egoistic problem. They wanted to conquer each other's kingdom, I can say. They wanted to take away each other's kingdom. And that what happened, that proved that they are not united. They are not united. They are disunited. Disunited means they do not have any unity. This was understood, realized by British and French people mostly. Though the Portuguese people came for first, they came to our country, they never showed any interest in interfering into the aspects of India. Now with rough sketch I will show you how they came to India. Small country. Okay, here Madagascar. Here it is India. Here Europe. Okay. From here they started, came to this place. It is called Cape of Good Hope. After coming here, he got the hope that he could go towards the east, means he can reach. It should be upper little. Think like that, just rough sketch. Here it is Kerala. Then from here he came to reached Madagascar island. From here straight he went to Calicut. Understand? This is in Kerala, coastal city of Kerala. Okay, now it is called Kozhikode. First it was called Calicut. There Albuquerque was the king. Albuquerque. They took his permission to do the trading with people in Kerala. They did trading in spices. They were happy with only doing the trade. Then what happened? Gradually, one by one, so many Europeans came to India, like people of Spain, Spanish people, Hmm? Dutch people, people from Netherlands. It was called Holland. Dutch people. Hmm? Then French. Then the English. British. British people, nothing. People of England are called British. Or people from Great Britain are called British. They came. These are the other Europeans who came to our country. But the first Europeans who came to our country, were the Portuguese. Portuguese. Okay. Then though as the Portuguese did not show any interest in the internal matters of our country, they just did the trading as long as possible. They stayed in India and they spread Christianity in India. So Goa was also one. Goa, Diu, Daman, Calicut and Pondicherry. Machilipatnam, they were their business centers. After them, these people were quite clever. Who? French and British people. They were the rivals for each other. They were equally clever. They understood that there was no unity among the people of India. You know the monkey story? Huh? Two cats and a monkey. Once two cats fight for the butter. One got the butter, other was at home. Then they wanted to share the butter. The one who was at home says, I saw the butter, so I should get more. The other one said, I brought it, so I should get better. Then they met a monkey. Monkey says, I will share it equally between the two. What he did? He took the balance and he put in both. In whichever it was more, he ate that part, little from it. Again, that side balance had more butter. From there, little he ate. Like that, what happened? Complete butter he ate away, and these two stupid cats did not get anything. Everybody knows this story. So, in Hindi देखे, दोनों के झगड़े में तीसरे का फायदा. If two are quarreling, the third one will gain a profit. That is what happened with our country also. So, what happened? Many kings, our country was divided into small provinces, kingdoms. They started fighting with each other. So, as a result, what happened? These two, both the French and the British, they understood that if we create still more enmity among these people, we can easily take over their country. So they both started supporting the opposite side kings. So it continued for many days. Then what happened? While coming only, the British, they did not come this way. They went round about and they reached Calcutta, Hooghly. Understand? They did not come to any of the other places here. They went to Hooghly, which is on the bank of Ganga river in West Bengal. Understand? So, there they stayed and they started their business. And what did they do? They came to know about the interior problems of our kings. And there are many stupid people in our country. Even now also we have such stupid politicians who never bother about our country's welfare. They just bother in making money. Same thing was there even so many hundreds of years ago also. So they thought, they started opening their factories. Factories means trading centers. So British opened their trading centers in Machilipatnam, Madras. Madras means that time it was called Chennai. Chennai, that time it was called Madras. Calcutta, Surat and Machilipatnam. These places. Machilipatnam, Chennai, Calcutta, Surat. These places, Surat in Gujarat. These places they opened their trading centers or factories we can call. When did they come? They called their trading company as the East India Company. East India Company. They came from East, no? So they called, they came from West and they settled in East. So India is towards the East. So they called it East India Company. When did they establish it? In the year 1600. Now it is 2020 going on. Understand, some 400, more than 400 years ago, they established their trading company called the East India Company. Then what happened? The viceroys and governor generals, the queen in England, she started sending the representatives or business heads, we can say. Nowadays we call CEOs, like that. She used to send them. Then Robert Clive was very cunning person. Understand? In those days, Robert Clive, he was very clever man. He was like a jackal or fox, I can tell. He understood the loopholes of the Indian kings. And there are some Indians who helped the other people for the sake of some money. They gave the greed, they showed the greed of making them king or giving them land, like that. So with that stupid greed, they helped the these foreigners leaving our own kings. It happened with Mir. It happened with the king of Bengal. That time West Bengal was not there. Nawab of Bengal. Understand? That time, who was the Nawab of Bengal? He had a minister called Mir Jafar. Sirajud Dawla. Huh? Nawab of Bengal was Siraj Ud Dawla. Sirajud Dawla was the Nawab of Bengal that time. And he had a minister called Mir Jafar. Mir Jafar. This Mir Jafar was a very cunning and greedy fellow. What did he do? He helped the British people, Robert Clive, in establishing or in constructing the forts around their trading centers. So, to do any work in the school or at home also, you need to take your parents' permission first. Till you grow up and you settle down in your life, you are under your parents' guidance. So, to do anything, you need to take their permission, right? Same way here, they have to take to do anything, they have to take the permission of the king. Without king's permission, they built the fort all around their factories, trading centers. And why? And they maintained even army also, soldiers also, saying that they want to safeguard, protect their trading centers. This was not liked by Sirajud Dawla. He at once asked them to cancel this type of stupid way of building the forts and all. But they did not listen to his words, whose Sirajud Dawla's words. Why? Because they have the support of Mir Jafar. What greed they showed? If you help us, we will make you the Nawab of Bengal. Then what happened? When he told many times, they were multiplying their forts. Multiplying means increasing the trading centers without his permission. This was not liked by him. So he attacked them. They waged a war. In the place called Plassey. Which is known as the Battle of Plassey. It is known as the battle means war. Battle of Plassey. So, Sirajud Dawla attacked the people or waged the war with the British people. at the place called Plassey. In which year? In 1757. 1757, in the year 1757. This was the first time any Indian revolted against the British. Understand? It was just a little jerk towards the freedom movement of our country. Okay, but unfortunately he died in the battle, and Mir Jafar was made the nominal Nawab only for name's sake. He was given some royalty. Royalty means huge amount to survive. He was given. But Battle of Plassey 1 we call it. It took place in the year 1757. After that, so many other events took place which led towards the freedom movement. Okay? So, this was the beginning of the India's freedom movement, I can tell. So, this is the beginning. And even French also were revolting against the British, but they couldn't survive themselves for a longer time. They went back. But slowly like that, the British people, one by one, they defeated so many kings and established their kingdom in our country. How it happened, what all measures they took, what tricks they played with the Indian kings to expand, to enlarge their kingdom, we are going to study in our next lesson. What we learned today? Only India was the richest country in the past. Many Europeans were very curious to visit India to do business with the Indians, but they did not know the proper route. In the beginning, many Europeans came to India through Afghanistan, which was the very difficult route. Moreover, they had to pay a lot of tax for using that route. Then they tried to find out sea route to India, but many failed. The last one, Vasco da Gama, the Portugal sailor, he in the year 1498, he discovered sea route to India. So Portuguese were the first Europeans to come to India. Once they knew the sea route to India, many other Europeans also kept visiting India for doing the trade. Among all, the important ones were the British and French, I can say. Because instead of doing trade with, in the beginning, nobody had any idea of ruling our country. But it was the Indians who gave them the way, having this unity. Always unity is strength. If we are united, nobody can downfall us. It was even in families also, among friends also.